Hello and welcome to another Let's Comment of a custom map made for Doom 3 by the same guy that made the Quake 4 mod Falls Down that I checked out a few months ago. Really high quality mod with a lot of custom voiceovers and other stuff, so super impressive. So I'm quite excited to check this one out as well, which I think was released before Falls Down. I did boot it up just to check it out, and it's really impressive from what I've seen so far, so let's get going. And it's called Evacuation Protocol. This secure, self-contained subterranean facility is split into an upper level, featuring living quarters and system management, as well as a lower level, which maintains the simulated atmosphere for the entire facility, while managing and disposing of all waste and byproducts. Here we are in B barracks, just waking up. And yeah, like I said, this is really exciting because just looking at this from right away, you can see this is like really high quality, huge effort. Yeah. I saw some guy in the review on Mod Database that played it and said that it's too many simple hallways, which I call bullshit on. There's nothing simple about this, if you know anything about mapping for Doom 3. And it easily, I can tell without even having played through the entire thing, that it just stands above 99.9% of all the other crap out there. Falls Down was probably the most impressive mod I've played, at least custom map. Not sure what kind of modifications there are to the base game itself. I heard it's supposedly pretty hard, but that could just be crafted throughout the level in itself. Not sure if enemies or their values are tweaked. Yeah. The flashlight. There's no way out with these lifts. The only other way out is through the surface elevators on the engineering level. Okay. Engineering. And I will try to get through the map without saving. I just kinda hate save scumming, and really love playing, say, quick one levels and stuff entirely. As long as it's feasible. Like, unless you're making a map with 1,000 enemies and just too much insanity, it's just not really reasonable that you get through it without dying. Thomas Creedman. Security clearance updated. Email. From Charles Benson. Evacuation protocol E116. Thomas, with the new renovations going up soon, it seems like a good idea to inform you of the new evac plan. Because, as you know, this place could do us all in if we got trapped down here. So let your guys know about this and just pin it up in the rig area. Those bludgers are sure to find it in there. In case of an emergency situation, all personnel are to make it to their nearest elevator system. These will transit from their active level directly to the surface. These elevators can be found in the main lobby of the upper level in the central atmosphere processing area of the engineering level. Yeah, so you need to take those elevators to get up to the surface. From Jason Muller, evac plan problem. Tom, there's a serious problem with this evacuation plan. Apparently my surface elevators are one of only 2 possible ways out of this god-awful place. And if that's the case, well, we're screwed. Those bastards in administration won't fulfill my request to update the generators. And because of this, these elevators are constantly on the fritz. Just 2 days ago, we had 3 repair guys stuck mid-transit for 6 hours while we had to locate a power switch panel Jimmy had since lost in a game of poker. It's getting ridiculous and I don't want to rely on this useless system to save my skin when the time comes. Sorry to rant, but please could you do something about this? Understandable concerns? Just loving the atmosphere. Feels like it could be a part of the base game. Let's see how it ramps up. So far, really liking it, setting the mood, not going crazy instantly or anything. Running this on the DHEW M3 source port, by the way. And there are some custom high-res textures that is not part of this map or mod itself, so if anyone wonders. Just really nice placement of sounds and ambience everywhere. Like, yeah, I mean, there's nothing simple about this at all. If you know what you're talking about. There are not very many high quality Doom 3 maps or above, and it's because it requires a ton of effort to even make something remotely close to the base game, so to speak. It's kind of fun to look at this, because when I played the False Storm mode, like, I obviously played Quake 4 and know it, but I've never mapped for it or double down deep in Quake 4 or anything. But Doom 3 I've been hobby mapping for a long time. It's one of my favorite games also, so kind of know it very well, so that makes this very interesting to check out. And I love that exploration is rewarded with armor and shells and stuff. That's awesome. Don't know if that's custom voice lines or if it's actually in the game somewhere. I don't think so, I can't recall it, but I mean at the same time on some of the base levels there's a lot going on, so... So far really liking the pacing and how it kinda... Whoa. What's up? To get to use the pistol a bit more. In my opinion, should have been used a bit more in the base game. I think you got the shotgun and the other weapons a bit early. But I mean, the alpha sound of it helps. Sounds so much better than the one they ended up having to go with in the last minute. Yeah, and there's also the sick mode light version running that I have installed. So what is our plan? Yeah, escape the facility. Also, like, really good attention to detail, like level design rules, like you push the button here, you're facing what's happening and instantly knew what the button did. I mean, you can make secrets and stuff a little bit more less obvious, I guess, but say doing it like in the old days where there wasn't much reference on like Doom secrets, you just hit the button and somewhere in the level some door had gone up. It just doesn't feel fair or interesting in the same way.
Over here.
I love secrets that like, yeah, you explore a bit or you pay attention and then you get rewarded, but if they're just like, yeah, you hit this and somewhere in the level a door opened, that just feels a bit cheap, to be honest. Totally okay for the time, of course, not judging the original Dooms and stuff, but for more modern games. AB Junction. Arcaden. Charles Mansion. I also saw that complain about verticality. I don't know, you go up and downstairs very much. Doesn't need more verticality, in my opinion. Okay, so these are the elevators to the surface that cannot be used. Let's move away from the sound of it. Okay, Isa Muller, administration. New generators. Mr. Muller, we at administration have grown tired with the constant reports and complaints relating to the surface elevator systems, ongoing power-related malfunctions. We have received your request for the new T model generators, but feel that XT model is a much more cost-efficient and practical option. So the matter is not in need of further review. By our own findings, it is more likely to be human incompetence that is causing the panels to malfunction, not faulty equipment. We are well aware that this elevator system is the only viable option of evacuation in the case of an emergency situation, and we will not have the incompetence of a few put the rest in danger. So we have sent you one more cache of working power switch panels. These panels are located in the heavy storage hold of the engineering level. Be warned, if we find that this irresponsible handling of equipment continues, we will not hesitate to withhold wages. You have our final opinion, and we hope that there is no further discussion required on this matter. USC Mars Administration. Yeah, okay. So we need to locate that power switch panel in heavy storage. It's probably the one that goes here then. Just gonna check if there was some health there. No. just the amount of detail I think that people overlook. They're not, you know, it's kind of like you don't appreciate it when it's there. Maybe an average game or something, but you will notice it if it's not there, and then you will complain. So I mean, there's just tons of geometric detail and you know, ambience and interesting geo that makes for the whole atmosphere, even if it's not you might directly pay attention to. I do, but again, nothing simple about this map. That was a really nice little cutscene and setup. Trying to conserve some ammo. I do get the feel that you are not flooded with the more powerful ammo, which I love. As long as it's well balanced, it's just really nice. That was a big critique of the BFG edition. I mean, not saying that the base Doom 3 game had you out of ammo a lot or anything, but still, I think BFG edition just flooded you with stuff. And I think this really takes the core of Doom 3, especially the first half, and just embraces it and runs with it. Like the moody, the atmospheric, the build-up, leveraging the tech of light and dark perfectly. There's so many maps that either, I don't know, try to do a spawn fest, or I don't know, try to recreate Doom 1 and 2 in Doom 3, which seems a bit absurd. Continue towards heavy storage and locate the power switch panel. Yeah. Starting to ramp up the action here, but not to the point where it feels bad or anything. That's probably one of the critiques of Doom 3, that the end game became a lot of, I mean, bit of a spawn fest, a teleport fest, and almost trying to go into the old school territory. I think the Doom 3, at least the first half of the game, or the moody levels and stuff, they're well paced. Lends itself a lot better to the game and the tech, rather than when it becomes too crazy. And it also loses a lot of the atmosphere and vibe then, I think. This so far feels really on point. And we picked up the chain gun or minigun, which, you know, is used by one of the scary dudes. If that was a hint of anything. Oh crap. Those rockets are kind of crazy how they drag you. Nice visible armor there to hint that you can get there. I don't think I should jump there, or maybe I should. Yeah, okay. Very nice. Crap. Yeah, I mean, the grenades are in a league of their own in this game. Nothing to do with the mod or the map. They have a very awkward physics behavior that is just kinda... They feel like they just weigh nothing and just flings off everything. Get the impression that the enemies hit harder or something. Or they might be a bit faster, actually. I think that seems to be a very quick mosquito or maggot or what they're called. Very nice encounters, like intense, challenging, but not like without thought. think the health and the armor pickups are also very well balanced, at least judging by this first playthrough. Not too much, still gotta watch your health and stuff. Okay, so here's clearly some stuff you should be able to get. There's an access panel there. Because I really want that. Aha. Yeah, love that. Love that. Excellent. And that's what I say, pay attention, you're rewarded. But it's not just like some random door that opens in the level or something. Okay, yeah, shit, that was pretty intense. Those spiders pack a punch when they trap you. I'd say that was a great challenge. Now would be nice with some health, actually. Oh, look. Okay, so opening up the maintenance hatch. Yeah, it's getting really intense. I think it's... and it takes a lot to make these encounters well balanced and still challenging and stuff. Just the amount of scripting is also kind of impressive. All the stuff opening and happening, and yeah, a lot of work gone into it. Yeah, we saw this plasma rifle from the other door there before. I would assume something happens when I pick it up. Oh yeah. Trying to be a bit conservative with the ammo. Nice. Yeah, again, I mean the shotgun, it packs a lot of punch if you just do the risk-reward thing and shove it down their throat. Yeah, I'm locked in now. Let's see what happens. Oh shit. Oh, that is so cool. and I died. And that went just about as well as you could expect. I died, and this is my second run through now. I thought I'd spare you there. Replay. There we go. That was pretty intense, actually. Got a bit on luck in the first run, catching those rockets instantly from the first guy. Let's check out the PDA. Hayden Lake. From Charles Benson, heavy storage arrivals. Hayden, in addition to the new shipment of Type 6 acid cells, there will be one cache of power switch panels delivered. I have admin riding my arse about those damn surface elevators again, so please, could you lock out heavy storage once the panels arrive so the engineering staff doesn't go losing them all again. Thanks. Rolls. The map is actually quite challenging without being, you know, cheap over just cheap placements. Because I think when it comes to level design, just like it's great to pressure the player, you know, you can surprise the player, stuff like that. But if you screw them over completely all the time, like doing really cheap tricks, then it becomes very frustrating. But if you can read or quickly recognize what's going on in a fair way, then I think it works much better. So like for instance in the corridor where a bit earlier, where two pinky spawned each end there. Kinda well timed. But if you didn't pay attention, you might just focus on one and the other one runs up behind you. Just small things. Alright. Really use some supplies now. Just what I needed. Perfect timing. Like, yeah, really well balanced after the intense encounters. Quite low on shotgun shots at least. I wonder if this is a cutoff point. Yeah. There seems to be some pulse or pulse rifle plasma rounds there. For that encounter. Just prepping because this feels quite obvious. Here's the panel. I wonder if this is a custom model. Well, it looks like a texture brush that's just sitting there as a model. Anyway, it's the panel we need.
They took my baby.
Nice use of vagary and the which is one of the first, or is the first boss you encounter in the base game. Building up a bit more custom here. Probably using the same terrain mesh model, but customizing the base around it. Really nice. Now that you have the power switch panel, return to the surface elevators and reactivate the malfunctioning generator. Yes, sir. Okay, that was a little bit cheesy of me, kinda like using the door as cover. But it's kinda one of the common design issues for games. That you'll have the player retreat and hug door corners and stuff. So, and maybe not playing the encounters as intended, so that's why you know, drop them down through some hole in the ceiling or a stairs behind them breaks or something. But if you want to make it feel, you know, more like this, a bit more realistic, natural, if you do it all the time, it just feels very artificial or cheap, so... Now we're kinda heading back. Those projectiles pack a lot of punch if they hit you or close by you. Right? The panel. Oh shit. Alright, that seems to be it. Awesome, great loop back through the base also. Tons of impressive architecture, texturing. Yeah, this was really cool. Really great level by Guy Burkhart. Sure to be used for inspiration for other maps, other mappers. Alright. Thank you for watching.
Suffering and pain. Suffering waits for you. Waits for you.